How you doing? Mr. DJ back. Just had a little snack, but hot chocolate. God, I love that hot chocolate. Just can't get enough of it. Makes me sing Barry White. Just can't get enough of your love, baby. I took a cup of hot chocolate. Anyway, number 17 on my fancy playlist. First record that I remember by Good Charlotte. Sort of popular in the 2000s. Little Things. Number 17 up to from number 19 on my fancy playlist. December 30th, 2000. Good Charlotte. This first record was very energetic. It was a cross between Blink 182, Nirvana, Weezer, a little bit of energy imparted from early Paul Revere and the Raiders. It reminded me of Paul Revere and the Raiders. Their early records like Just Like Me and Hungry had that same kind of raw energy. I don't know why it reminded me of Paul Revere and the Raiders, Good Charlotte. It might have been because of some of the harmonizing and the record, and they probably don't have a clue who Paul Revere and the Raiders were anyway. But Joe Madden, one of the group leaders, might have been the lead singer, but group member Joe Madden, the first album that he bought, and this is so lovely. I'm actually kind of touched by this. This is, and I can understand it. First album that he bought when he was 5 years old. No, actually, he was in the fifth grade when he bought this album. Forever Your Girl by Paula Abdul. He had a crush on her. Had a crush on Paula Abdul when he was in the fifth grade. And I mean, Paula Abdul, there's nothing wrong with that. Very lovely woman, and I gotta tell you, she was a great dancer back in the late 80s, and unfortunately her fantastic choreography and her dancing is forgotten now in light of the American Idol, that she was one of the judges on American Idol. But first album that he bought was Paula Abdul's Forever Your Girl, but the first real album, according to him, this is according to Joe Madden, the first real album that he bought, 14 years old, Nevermind by Nirvana. The video was directed by a guy named Nigel Dick, and it just shows the group just running amok in high school or in a school. By the way, the video was shot. I got the name of the school. Isn't this cool when you find out the names of these places where the video was actually shot? It was filmed at Lorne Park Secondary School in Ontario, Canada. And I just found out Mandy Moore makes a cameo appearance in this video. Mandy Moore, she had that song, I believe it was in the summer or fall of 2000. I believe it's called I Had a Crush on You, which was a lovely record. And she also did a song back in 1999 called Candy, her first record. But it just wasn't strong enough to be in the pop princess territory like Baby Hit Me One More Time or Genie in a Bottle. But I do remember that. I was just like, Mandy Moore, that is so cool. Her being in that video. Good Charlotte, the band didn't take off as much as the record company had hoped. But they had some pretty memorable songs in the 2000s. One of their biggest hits was the Dance Floor Anthem, which came out, I forgot the year that came out, it was later in the 2000s. And like It's Our Birthday was another one of theirs. And Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous was another big one for Good Charlotte. But their first record on my fancy playlist, those good old days back in the fall of 2000 when I watched this video on MTV, Good Charlotte with Little Things.